Good evening, and Stanislaw is off tonight. Now imagine living with severe abdominal pain, constantly in and out of the hospital, not knowing what the cause is. Well, that was the reality for hundreds of thousands of Canadians who suffered with Crohn's and colitis before they were diagnosed. Now the pain is still there, but with treatment and awareness, it makes it easier to live with every day. Now, as we see in this next story, the Gutsy Walk is a great way to help spread the word that help is available.
The crowd may be small, but the message is not. Members and supporters of the local Crohn's and colitis group came out Sunday morning to show their support for those living with the debilitating disease.
We're finding that about between 1 in 160 people in Canada have Crohn's and colitis. The numbers seem to be going up every year, so that means there's thousands of people all across Canada that are dealing with Crohn's and colitis.
All across the country, walks are being held in unity. And for Rachel Howard, that support really helps her push through the pain. She was diagnosed 6 years ago, but it wasn't without its challenges.
I had problems for about a year before I was diagnosed with Crohn's. In and out of the hospital, it's a really, really difficult disease to diagnose. So it was about a year before I figured it out.
Crohn's disease and colitis is a condition where the body's immune system attacks its own bowels. During flare-ups, patients suffer anything from cramping to fatigue to blood in their stool.
A lot of them dealing in silence. A lot of people don't like to talk about it. It can be a little bit embarrassing, bit of a stigma associated because it's to do with your guts and your bowel and your stomach, and that's not always very comfortable to talk about. But we need to talk about it because people need to know that there's help and support, and there's lots of people suffering as well.
This is Janelle Karr's 10th year with the local walk. She knows the disease all too well as she was diagnosed when she was 10 years old. And seeing how there is no cure, the need to raise awareness and funds for programs is high.
I would like to encourage other people, if you have Crohn's or colitis, to, if you don't know about our foundation already, get a hold of us, get involved, meet some other people who have the illness as well.
I've always said that the day that I was diagnosed was a really happy day for me because I finally figured out what was going on, and then they were able to give me some help and give me some treatment, and I feel much better most days.
Newcap News.
Now, for more information on Crohn's and colitis, you can visit their websites at gutsywalk.ca or crohnandcolitis.ca. Well, Home Depots across the country are supporting more than 100 nonprofit organizations to help put an end to youth homelessness this month. But here in the border city, the Orange Door campaign fundraiser is supporting the Lloydminster Interval Society. Now, each store is selling orange paper doors for $2 at the tills.
100% of the money raised in the store stays in the community. We're certainly looking to break some records over last year. Some of the stores did certainly, $12,000, $13,000 in these a similar campaign. This year we're looking to beat that.
Now, with Lloydminster is one of the top 3 fundraising stores in Canada, the Home Depot Society will match the funds and double the proceeds for the community cause. The Orange Door campaign runs until July 2nd. Well, it's not every day you get the chance to disconnect from technology and enjoy the outdoors, but that's one of the main themes of a little spot outside of Lloydminster called Grahamtown. Now, a local woman runs the heritage site, including a horse program that aims to get kids in touch with nature. Annika Notvate has more.
It's off the beaten path, but that's how it all began 17 years ago. In the middle of a pasture at a picnic table, Colleen Graham had a dream.
It started out that I was just taking my kids on horses. They started out in Smugglies and then they rode behind me and I led them. And we were taking all the neighbors' kids for rides, and they really wanted to start paying me because the kids wanted to be here all the time.
Since then, she has started a program called Pony Pals, where kids come after school 3 days a week to go on trail rides.
And I just find when kids are having fun on their horses, they learn without thinking. So they're with their friends, and if they want to get the mail, they have to learn how to steer their horse over to the tree.
Sometimes we play a mad tracker, like she has a slower group and a little bit of a faster group, and one group always tries to find the other group. Usually in morning Wednesdays, we do this little dance because we're excited to come here.
And bringing the kids out here, Colleen says it doesn't not only offer them a chance to ride horses, but to use their imagination.
Sometimes we're Pony Express riders. We go and gather mail out of cowboy boots that are in the trees, and then they deliver them back to Grahamtown.
The kids also play in the old-fashioned town. Even without cell phones or iPads, they think it's pretty cool.
they're so cool how they're old-fashioned, and it's cool to see what it would have been like back then, even though it's not exactly like that. I like that the jail and the school. I basically like all of them, but my most favorites are the school and the place to get candy.
And this hidden treasure isn't just for kids. Colleen says adults and groups can sign up for the trail rides as well.
I think people want to slow things down and just come out and have a good time without your cell phones and all the hustle and bustle of being in the city.
Mackinna Likes, Newcap News.